This is the Week 4 matchup of the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Welcome to Week 4, Saints and Falcons fans. How are you feeling? I think the Saints were doing great and kind of fell off. Had a good game against the Eagles. Falcons I think they were down and then they're up, and maybe they're a little down again, but certainly they have a lot to be proud of for a great start for this year. Let's take a look at last week's Saints fans holding their own against Philadelphia in a very low-scoring game. Derek Carr only gets 9 points but does manage to score. Kamara does a great game with over 100 yards, no touchdowns unfortunately. Chris Olave gets Derek Carr's lone score. Rashid Shaheed, where did you go? 0. I don't even think he was targeted, I think 5 times is what they said, but no catches, no yards, no nothing. Yeesh. Falcons losing against Kansas City. That was a tough one. You had a chance. Bijan Robinson getting on the board with not a lot of production. Kirk Cousins, same thing. Drake London coming out with 61 yards and a score. Kyle Pitts had some opportunities, and you thought maybe he would break one. And then the one fantasy surprise of the week for the Falcons was Darnell Mooney getting 10 fantasy points with 66 yards. Again, not a super huge week or anything really to brag about, but certainly we weren't expecting Mooney to really be on the top of the fantasy board here. Okay, the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr is forecasted at 13. Same with Kamara, Olave, and Rashid Shaheed. So the problem is they're going to go against an Atlanta defense who held Pittsburgh to 18, Philly to 21, and Kansas City to 22. So if you have Saints fantasy players on your team, this is going to be one of those 1-2 touchdown games. So I think just hold your breath a little bit more, guys. The Saints, if you're a Derek Carr fan or even a receiver or have fantasy players that are quarterback or receiver, 3 sacks total, 2 interceptions. It's not huge. It's not little either. Falcons are going to have Bijan, Kirk, Drake, Pitts, and Mooney all forecasted for some okay fantasy numbers. But again, we're going against a defense who held Dallas to 19 and Philly to 15. They also were really good at getting to the quarterback in those games. 11 sacks, 5 interceptions, and 2 fumble recoveries. So maybe that's a good thing for Drake London. Maybe that's a good thing for Darnell Mooney. Maybe they'll be throwing if they can get through and start, maybe break some. They're going to have to do some quick plays to get that ball moving. Thanks so much for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to Week 4. God bless.